How's everything going, guys? Welcome to another video here. I am Gunter. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're going to be doing the second of 3 Nostalgia Critics this week. Today we're going to be doing Spaceballs. This review is about, what, 5, 6 years old? But I have not seen it yet. I thought, you know what, let's get on with Spaceballs. This is, like I said, my second review this week. I did Barnyard on Tuesday, and then on Saturday will be whatever Nostalgia Critics is. I don't know what it is yet because he hasn't uploaded it yet. Yes, I'm having to record these in advance. I apologise. If I don't record them in advance, I won't get them done. So, today we're going to be doing his review of Spaceballs. I absolutely love this movie. The movie is fucking hilarious. Is it the greatest parody film of all time? No, but it's definitely top 3. The only 2 films I can think of that are up there with it are Hot Shots and Airplane. Young Frankenstein's up there as well, actually. That's a pretty... So, I'm not going to waffle, guys, because this is from a developer known as Hats Off Entertainment. But anyway, we're going to get on with this, guys. Spaceballs, Nostalgia Critic. 42-minute video. So, this could be about an hour. So, we're going to get on with it. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
This episode brought to you by Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit.
With the announcement of Spaceballs 2, many have speculated what the sequel will generate in current Hollywood. Well, wait no more, for we're announcing the new...
The fact of that Mel Brooks is around 100 years old, nearly 100, and he's trying to do this film. That's ballsy. If I was him, I would have done it. I think it's going to be a funny film no matter what, but I think it's a bit too little too late. This should have been released 20 years ago. I'd say early to mid-2000s, you know, like the Austin Powers era, that kind of thing. It would have fitted perfectly. I think he might be a little bit too late.
Head of the Spaceballs franchise, Kathleen Kennedy.
Hello. As you may be aware, things didn't work out the best when I took over Star Wars.
No. I can't say nothing. I've not seen any of the new Star Wars films. But the last Star Wars film I watched was Attack of the Clones. Never watched Revenge of the Sith. Saw 4, 5, and 6. Did play a few of the video games. I played Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2. I have played Jedi Survivor. That's a great game. What else have I played? I think I've got 1 or 2 of the other old classic ones. I think my wife's got Battlefield 2, the original. And I think I've got on here, I think it's Commando. I know I've got 1 or 2 of the random older Star Wars on my Steam account. I think it's that one I've just said. I think it's Republic Commando. I won't mind going back to playing some of the other Star Wars games. But I've heard some of them are actually really good, so...
Some even say it bordered on satire. That's why pivoting in this direction seems to make the most sense. I'm happy to announce a lineup of sequels, spin-offs, and mini-series.
I'm not slagging off Heather, because Heather's my girl. Oh, by the way, on every single Nostalgia Critic I've done, her Twitch is in the description. They put too much makeup on her. Her face is proper glowing. Her skin's not normally that shiny, so I think just the light, they've put a bit too much makeup on her. Don't need to. I love Heather, I do. I think she's fucking awesome. Probably my favourite out of everyone in Channel Awesome, anyway.
Series that will unite a fan base in asking, was that necessary?
No, it wasn't.
We'll start off with 3 new movies. The first one will basically be a repeat of the first film to show we know what we're doing. The second film will make you ask, do they know what they're doing? As we put a different guy in charge who writes the second act like the third act, and turns out about half a good movie, which makes sense as only about half the fan base will like it.
Yeah, I've heard how bad the 7, 8, and 9 are for Star Wars. Like I said, I've not seen 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, and apparently, aren't they doing 10, 11, 12? A bunch of spin-offs. I know they're doing 10, 11, 12. I've heard about that.
The third film, we go into complete panic mode as we retcon everything in the last film to desperately make you like us.
Lone Star.
But that's not all. We'll bring you stories about characters you didn't think twice about, like a prequel for Barf starring Jack Black.
I am Bartholomew. First we space, then we balls, Schwartz and Steel.
Remember the We Ain't Found
Oh, Jesus. You know what happens with lava and lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken now. It's tasty as hell. You know what I actually found out? Zoe re-released Peaches, didn't he? As in a pink house and stuff. I actually found out that when it comes with viewership, Lava Chicken got more views than Peaches. Because Peaches has been on YouTube for 2 years, 75 million views. Minecraft's been on YouTube 6 months, 76 million views. Yeah.
Shit guy. He has a movie and a series. And for whatever reason, we'll put a lot of effort into him. Like his movie will have some of the best effects and action sequences, and his series will have some of the best writing the franchise has ever produced.
Is that a reference to Han Solo? I think that's a reference to Han Solo.
Random. We'll also do a lot more animated series. I'm not sure who's going to run that, but they'll probably end up taking my job. We'll also sprinkle in dozens of cameos from your favorite sci-fi co-star, the Uncanny Valley. Whether previous actors are dead, unavailable, or just straight up old, we'll use the best and just off enough technology.
Oh, they are using AI, look. That looks so bad. That's the problem with those developers nowadays. Let's just use AI on everything. That's the problem nowadays. There's no creativity anymore. Or they just get AI to do it.
To make you swear that we should know better. Just check out our de-aged Michael Winslow.
Hello, I am Michael Winslow. Can you believe they are using computers to make me look and sound younger? It is completely seamless. They even replaced my amazing sound effects with computer sound effects. I was in Police Academy.
We also have a project directed by Patty Jenkins. We'll shoot a teaser with the most epic yet personal buildup of all time, then randomly scrap it. Only to...
I think that's a reference to... He was going to do like was it a TIE Fighter movie? It got cancelled, brought back, then cancelled again. I think it's a TIE Fighter movie. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% on that, but I've heard about it.
To bring it back again, because that shows confidence in what we're promising. And of course, we'll work endlessly to hire the most diverse and memorable cast Hollywood has seen.
Diversity does... Right. Some people might find this a little racist, but this is the truth. Diversity does not always work. It shouldn't matter on the person's skin colour, it should be no matter on their ability as an actor. It shouldn't matter on skin colour at all. There, I said it.
To be written as the most bland and forgettable characters in the most bland and forgettable situations. But we'll spend obscene amounts of money putting them on sets that look like we just visited Galaxy's Edge for a weekend. So fear not, my friends.
Is that a reference to... I've heard Anchor's not bad. I've heard that's a good Star Wars series.
The future of Spaceballs is as carefully mapped out as a GPS signal underwater. And if you still have concerns, remember, I come from a background of producing juggernauts like Steven Spielberg, Robert Zemeckis, and Frank Marshall.
Just because you've worked with them doesn't mean you're good at your job.
And they're doing great!
Oh, God!
Hello, I'm a nostalgia critic guy, remember? So you don't have to. Well, now that a sequel is being made, I figure it made sense to talk about what many consider the greatest Star Wars parody ever made. 10 years after Star Wars came out, Spaceballs.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? Because the original Star Wars was 1977. This was 87.
Directed by Mel Brooks in 1987, Spaceballs was, yes, a little too late to the game in terms of Star Wars satires, but much like in Frankenstein, if you get something good, the people will wait. You could argue he was waiting for the
We got the squeaks, we got the bleeps. Fucking awesome.
Star Wars films to wrap up before he lampooned them, which would mean he'd have to wait several more decades. But regardless, this film was an audience success, even if it wasn't a critical success.
52%? Really? Didn't think Spaceballs' critical reception was that low. I thought it was at least in the 70s. At least the fan reactions were 83. Yeah, that shocks me. I thought Spaceballs would be higher.
Yeah, believe it or not, critical reviews were mixed at best, saying there's some good laughs,
Virgin
but it was
alert.
a little too childish, awkward, and didn't come together as a complete whole.
Why would I lie? I've seen that meme so much, that scene.
Years later, fans said they could stick it up their complete hole as Spaceballs went on to making an okay amount of money to, how did Lone Star put it?
A shitload of money!
As the film continues to be one of Brooks' most profitable movies, if not the most profitable. Not just because of how much fun it is, but also...
I once I was watching a film, my wife did not like it, and it's a Mel Brooks film. She thought it was mocking the original. That was Robin Hood Men in Tights. But I turned around and said, it's a comedy film. And then when I told her it's a comedy film, she went, oh, okay. I said, it's Mel Brooks. I said, whenever you watch a Mel Brooks film, don't take him seriously. He doesn't.
Also because it's lampooning one of the biggest moneymakers of all time. So, almost 40 years later, we're gonna look at the staying power this movie seems to have and why some critics at the time just couldn't give in to the Schwartz.
Critic.
What's that?
It's Joe Ramone from Hats Off Entertainment.
Oh yeah, I've seen your YouTube channel, links below. Why do you sound so echoey?
Well, I am a Schwartz ghost.
I don't think I want to associate with anything with that name, so I'm just gonna move on.
No, wait. Sorry, I've never made a physical appearance in a video before.
Godzilla, what is that?
Oh, this is just how I look. It's a rare disorder where I'm made up entirely of movie clips.
Oh, I thought you were just editing them together with insightful commentary.
No, I'm just clips.
Well, now that you're here, I'm assuming you want to do an epic crossover!
No. I mean, what year is it? 2011?
Oh.
But I do like diving into comedy movies.
Yeah. That was a big thing back then, wasn't it? 2008 to like 2012. A lot of YouTubers did crossovers. Nowadays, you don't really see YouTubers cross over anymore, really. Like, Doug might do one every so often, but he doesn't really do it as much anymore. I'm sorry, that's fucking insane. I absolutely love stuff. Oh, by the way, guys, if you may notice, I've got the background working again, so that's why it's so blurry, and I'm not using the blank version of my channel banner. Anyway.
Movies from the 80s and 90s, and there is a lot to talk about with Spaceballs, so I figured I'd just chime in every now and again with some interesting detail about this movie and its production.
I'm okay with that. Just turn the other direction. You're freaking me out.
Okay, but you should know that my back is made up of clips from another Mel Brooks movie, Life Stinks.
Ew.
Yeah, I also love highlighting forgotten failures. You want to take a look? It's really not that bad.
No, I'm good. Let's just take a look at Spaceballs. Seriously, go stand somewhere else.
This is an advert. All new Vanilla Pro. Is that a reference to iPhone? I've noticed Pixel have been doing some mocking a little bit of iPhone. And don't know what that is. Coffee pods. Not bad coffee, actually, to be fair.
A major part of almost any Mel Brooks movie is his music, and the theme for Spaceballs is pretty catchy. Clearly a send-up to the Star Wars theme, but good enough to stand on its own.
If you can read this, you don't need glasses.
The only thing I don't like are the laser sound effects. It kind of cheapens the score a bit. It's like hearing that beautiful theme from Young Frankenstein, but mixing it in with the monster moaning because they didn't have confidence it was strong enough. Brooks also said he wanted the film to be a satire of Star Wars, but also his version of a sci-fi fairy tale. Hence why he has the opening scroll, but rather than doing...
Like I said, I love a little bit of sci-fi comedy. My favourite comedy of all time is Red Dwarf. And that's a sci-fi comedy. If you're into comedies like this, like Spaceballs, you're into comedies, I 100% recommend Red Dwarf if you're into it. It is the best sci-fi comedy ever made, bar none.
A spin of a long time ago, like many satirists did.
I just realised, chapter 11.
He took it back to what the words were originally borrowing from, Once Upon a Time. We open with our villains on the ship Spaceball 1.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a really, 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 really fucking long shit. What the fuck? That's the Red Dwarf theme. That's the Red Dwarf theme.
And while this is obviously
what he's just played then is the season 1 Red Dwarf theme. Because that's what Red Dwarf used to do. They used to do those long shots of Red Dwarf and the ship used to be red. Oh my god!
A spoof of the Star Destroyer shot that goes on forever. I think one of the reasons it works so well is it's designed to look like every few feet it's narrowing near the end, but then it expands out to reveal more, constantly keeping you guessing when it's actually going to stop.
All rise in the presence of Dark Helmet.
Colonel Sanders, played by George Weiner, is the right-hand man of Dark Helmet. By the way, my dad never wore that tie despite me getting it for him every Father's Day. And I have to say, I had no idea what this film was when I saw it for the first time at a friend's house. So seeing Rick Moranis under there was a phenomenal reveal.
I'll call Spaceball City and notify President Scroob immediately. I already called him, sir. You went over my helmet?
Whenever someone displeases him, he uses a magical ring to make you think he's gonna choke a bitch, but really he's choking something else.
No, not that. Yes, that.
Oh! Oh!
Pretty great too that the mask doesn't alter his voice. He just deepens it to sound more intimidating when it's on.
Hot, too hot.
What's interesting about this movie is that when Mel first
Mr. Coffee, Mr. Radar.
conceived the idea to parody the sci-fi genre, he originally intended to focus more on lampooning the pulpy sci-fi serials that he had grown up with, stuff like the old Flash Gordon shorts, which was reflected in the movie's working title, Planet Moron. And honestly, Spaceballs would have probably had moron in its title had it not been for the release of a British comedy in 1985 called Morons
from Space. Who's in it? Having a look. Starring Mel Smith, may you rest in peace. Griff Jones. Oh, it's a Jones and Smith. I think Griff Jones is one on the left, Mel Smith's on the right. And then I'm guessing the woman is. Have a look. His wife Sandra, Joanne Pierce, Mel Smith. Jimmy Nail's in it. Yeah, I don't know what channel that would have been on. That would have probably been on BBC One, and that was released 2 years before Red Dwarf. That would have been 85. Red Dwarf was 80. No, hang on. Red Dwarf 80. No, Red Dwarf was 88. But Red Dwarf was 1988, early 1988. Season 2 was later on in the year. It was in around September, October of 1988. And then I think Season 3, early 1990. I'm pretty sure they took a year off. So,
from Outer Space.
Because Spaceballs is a sci-fi comedy, that's why I'm comparing it to Red Dwarf, because that's also a sci-fi comedy. So, yeah. Anyway.
Space, which even I won't threaten to play clips from.
And underneath the air shield, 10,000 years of fresh air.
Their plan is to steal all the fresh air from a planet.
Also, Jones and Griff Jones and Mel Smith got their start. What I know them from is Not the 9 O'Clock News, which starred Rowan Atkinson, who Americans known as Mr. Bean. So that's where Mr. Bean kind of got his start from. Also, it had a very, very young Robbie Coltrane. May he also rest in peace. Robbie Coltrane, if you guys know, was Hagrid in the Harry Potter films. So, yeah.
They called Druidia to save their planet, which is running out of resources due to bad leadership. Hey, it really does take place in the future.
President Scroob.
That lousy leader is President Scroob, which is almost Brooks backwards. And for absolutely no reason, I like to point out his mustache looks exactly like the frozen snot from Dumb and Dumber. Where would you be without my insight?
Why did anyone tell me my ass was this big?
What's happened to his head?
It's on backwards.
Why didn't somebody tell me my ass was so big?
Somehow my thumbs are backwards too.
No more beaming. This time I'm gonna walk.
And he's literally in the next room. He beat me up last week.
President Scroob.
Now, in addition to satirizing the science fiction genre, Mel also wanted to satirize American politics, of all things. Hence why so much time in Spaceballs is devoted to the President Scroob character. When he first started developing this movie, Mel told a reporter in 1984, "I always try to use a parallel in my movies. In this one, I think it'll be the US and how it is run. The planet moron. How people continually vote for the wrong administration to run the country."
Everybody got that?
Meanwhile, on planet Druidia, Princess Vespa, played by Daphne Zuniga, is being forced to marry Prince Valiant.
I don't love him.
I'm sorry,
Can't remember. I've seen her in something else. I'm pretty sure I've seen her in something else, not just Spaceballs. I know. Daphne Zuniga. I recognise the name, but I can't pinpoint what other films I've seen her in.
He's the last prince left in the galaxy.
That was me last night. The day before I'm recording this. All I want to do is fall asleep. When I did fall asleep, I wake up 2 hours later. I'm like, why can't I sleep?
Hey, CFS is no laughing matter. She has.
Yeah, CFF is chronic fatigue syndrome. You're always feeling tired all the time. I don't think I've got that. My problem is my sleep is very inconsistent. One night I'll get a good night's sleep. Next night I'll get a terrible night. Then I'll get a good night. Then I'll get a bad night. I've been like that for 6 months.
Help from her droid of honor, Dot Matrix, played by Joan Rivers.
Here I am. I'm sorry. I had to make a pit stop. I'm so excited. I couldn't hold my oil.
Boy, she almost looks as shiny and plasticky as you know where I'm going with this.
I won't make a joke. She passed away. No, how long did she pass away? Oh, I think it's been a good 10 years, isn't it? Easy. I think it's been close to 10 years she's been gone.
Wait, you forgot to get married.
Vespa runs away and we're introduced to our heroes Lone Star, played by Bill Pullman, and Barf, played by John Candy. They're being hassled by a gangster named Pizza the Hut, who nowadays would just be CG.
11 years. It's quite awkward because there's quite a few people in this film are no longer with us. John Candy's no longer with us. Bill Pullman's no longer... Bill Pullman's passed away, hasn't he? Quite a few people in this film are no longer with us. Ironically, the oldest guy in the film, Mel Brooks, is the main one still alive. And he was the oldest. Oh yeah, Rick Moranis is still alive.
Gee, but he looks pretty impressive as a practical effect. Who's demanding the money?
I love Uranus.
You're gonna pay it.
Or else pizza is gonna send out for you.
And speaking of practical effects, it's worth mentioning that there are no prosthetics on Vinny here. Those robot features were all painted on. You can even see the actor's unpainted neck when he turns his head in some shots. That actor, by the way, is Rudy DeLuca, one of Mel Brooks' go-to gag writers, who collaborated with him on the scripts for Silent Movie, High Anxiety, and Life Stinks, which I still have some clips of if you want to take a look.
No, I'm good.
You sure? It's got Billy Barty in it.
Well, Vespa continues to run away.
Will you turn that thing off? What? What is
That's
it?
a great
I'm
gag.
just stealing a joke Mel Brooks will steal for himself in the future.
Such a great gag that. When she pulls them off, she's actually wearing headphones. That's great.
Spaceball 1 closes in.
Sorry, sir. Doing my best.
Who made that man a gunner?
He's my cousin.
Who is he?
He's an
Yeah, I'm still not sure on YouTube's policy on constant swearing, so we'll go with the TV version.
He's a moron, sir. How many morons we got in here anyway? Yo!
The actual version is arsehole. God, I'm surrounded by arseholes.
Do it, I'm surrounded by morons.
God, that's not as funny.
No, it's not.
Granted, I do love the one guy who was wondering how the hell he's not related to this group.
King Roland to Lone Star. Are you there?
Vespa's father, King Roland, played by Dick Van Patten, says he'll pay Lone Star whatever he wants to save his daughter.
Okay, we'll do it for $1 million. $1 million?
Hey, with US inflation, that's like 2 candy bars.
Yeah.
They approached.
Same in the UK as well. Inflation's gone through the roof. Me and my wife went shopping. Our shopping bill's normally around £60 to £70 British pounds. Our shopping bill this week was $115 because we had to get a load of extra stuff in. So, like laundry, all that lot, deodorant and stuff, and toiletries. We normally only get that once a month because it normally lasts us about a month anyway. So
Spaceball 1 in the middle of their capture and literally jam their radar.
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what? The what? And the what?
This is what Superman 3 thought it was doing with Richard Pryor.
Oh, I haven't seen that film yet. Mama, what's that you put in? I still love that little joke where his man Richard Pryor tells a joke about where his man catches him cocaine and he goes, "Boy, what's that you putting up your nose?" So fucking creases me. Lone Star.
One of the fun things about rewatching this movie is seeing all the side characters' reactions. Like the camera hitting Lord Helmet is great, but Sanders backing up like, "Oh shit," is pretty priceless.
I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
I also just have to chime in to say that John Candy is so perfect as Barf.
Yeah, John Candy was a comedic fucking legend. Guy was a fucking legend. He knew when it come to comedy, he fucking knew his shit. He was funny.
But as originally conceived, the Barf character had far more canine features on his face. This would have required whoever was cast in the role to hide behind heavy prosthetic makeup. But when Rick Moranis suggested his friend John Candy for the role, and he expressed interest, Mel and the studio knew that they couldn't hide Candy's expressive and bankable face behind a ton of makeup. So they redesigned Barf, making him look more human in the face. With the money they were able to save on this minimalist makeup application, they were then able to expand upon the character's other features, such as his ears and tail, which were brought to life through a series of complex animatronics, which took 4 puppeteers and a 30-pound battery to operate.
Jesus! 2-stone battery!
So anytime you see Barf's ears move, just know that Candy was wearing a 30-pound battery.
Damn! Fucking beast! Fucking carrying, literally, it's equivalent to carrying 2 stones on your back. 2 stone on your back and prosthetics on top. Oh.
On his back.
On the ship, I don't take orders, I give them.
Dare you speak to me that way?
Vespa and Lone Star don't seem to get along, so of course they're gonna fall in love.
Yeah.
But she protests as she says her father's king of the druids, so she shouldn't be rescued in such filth.
That's all we needed. A Druish princess.
Funny. She doesn't look Druish.
Oh, I get it, because she's a high-ranking priestly class from ancient Celtic culture. Brooks, you scamp you.
Prepare!
Oh yeah, Druid is Celtic, isn't it? Yeah.
To attack on the count of 3. 1, 2, late!
Use hyperspeed to get away, so Helmet insists on ludicrous speed.
I don't know if the ship can take us. What's the matter, Colonel
Colonel Sanders? Chicken!
God, I love these two. In most films, it'd be switched with Weiner as the main villain and Moranis as the dopey sidekick, but the fact that they are playing a little against type allows them to show their comedy range. How many movies is going to have Moranis in charge of an army? But at the same time, it's kind of a classic bit with the pathetic small guy who gives orders and the pathetic tall guy who carries him out.
Do you know what? When I first showed my wife Spaceballs, and when he took the helmet off, so my wife went, "Oh, fucking Lewis." Because my wife's a massive Ghostbusters fan. She's like, "Oh, fucking really?" I went, "Yeah." I said, "You watched it?" She said, "Okay, it's really funny."
They're like Pinky and the Brain. Neither one should be followed. It passes our heroes, but it looks like they're out of gas, so they crash on a desert planet.
My things.
Take only what you need to survive.
Oh, the bit when he's going, "Oh, are you finished combing the desert?" And they've got that giant comb.
You know, even if a joke doesn't get a big laugh, they're kind of so cute you don't care.
No.
Vespa and Lone Star continue not to get along, because this actress has to prepare for all the Christmas rom-com she's gonna be in. Oh, you think I'm kidding?
4 of them. 4 Christmas rom-coms. Really? Poor fucking actress. That's it. Now I know how to spell her name. What have I see? I literally put Daff. She came up. She's 62. She's like she's about a year younger than my parents. Mail Order Bride, Gross Anatomy, One Tree Hill. That, but never watched it. Fuck. Literally, the first film that comes up for a film she's been in, Spaceballs is top. This is probably her biggest role, I'd say.
As Sanders gets an idea for how to find them.
Get me the video cassette of Spaceballs the movie.
Producers, 12 chairs, Blazing Saddles.
Obviously.
Blazing Saddles is a good one and all. Blazing Saddles is so funny.
So a Pet Prop fan.
Gonna be a cassette of Spaceballs the movie. We're still in the middle of making it. They're out in stores before the movie is finished.
We call it streaming.
Yeah.
These are some pretty classic routines, everything from the simple but surprisingly effective laugh of speeding up the movie. Landing on the moment they're into the phenomenal writing explaining what's going on.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When? Just now.
And I'm watching them, watching them, watching them, watching them, watching them, watching them, watching them. Hey, I wonder how far this can go.
Hey, don't include us in your fourth wall nonsense.
I'm just watching to see if Oni ever makes an appearance.
Who are y'all talking to?
Oh my god! The reason why I do Nostalgia Critic reviews on the channel, the Renegades. Literally, these guys right here is the reason why I do Nostalgia Critic. Nate is basically the inspiration for why I do reactions in the first place. If it weren't because of Nate and Nick, I wouldn't be doing these videos. Okay? And Kate's a sweetheart. The fact of they got those three to be in the video is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy for Nate and everybody at Renegades. Like I said, if it weren't because of these three, I wouldn't be doing reaction videos. Especially Nate. I had somebody once call me the British Nate Hamilton, and I took that as a massive compliment. Because one day I'll love to be Nate. Just a British version of Nate. So, thank you for your inspiration for getting me into doing reactions in the first place. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Kate. Top notch.
Lone Star and Vespa continue not to like each other when suddenly they do. Yeah, even for a parody that seemed pretty fast.
I could be perfectly happy the rest of my life without love.
Sure you could.
That escalated quickly.
By the way, that's no good film as well. I love fucking Anchorman as well. Yeah, I had a big red candle.
I don't know where you're from.
Not really. I was found on the doorstep of a monastery.
A strange medallion around his neck is the only thing left with him at his birth. And to their credit, these two do have good chemistry. Each staying on cue with their comedic roles, but also playing it like something from a romance you'd see come out that year.
I can't seem to find Druidia.
It's right there.
Oh, yeah. But it's so far away.
I love that the background here is actually a backdrop.
Yeah.
It really adds to the atmosphere of the scene, and it shows that Mel was still committed to homaging the visual style of those 1940s sci-fi serials in some fashion.
Virgin Arm.
Oh, didn't know Pureflix produced this.
Pureflix, is that religious or is that porn? One of the two.
The next day, the sun beats down on them, causing them to pass out. Am I crazy, or is this one of the best head thuds a leading man has ever given?
Oh!
You can practically hear his skull shattering.
Oh! Oh, that's giving me an headache. Oh.
It's so convincing. Small creatures known as the Dinks, though, seem to save them.
Ding, ding.
The Dinks were brought to life by a few different elements. While the physical versions of the characters were played by several Little People performers, such as Tony Cox of Bad Santa fame,
Damn, really?
Their voices were provided by a real who's who of Saturday morning TV shows, including Tress MacNeille, John Paragon.
We literally did. Did you meet was Tony Cox in Meet the Spartans? No, he wasn't, was he? Because that's what we did last weekend. That's what we did last Thursday. We did Meet the Spartans. You know, that reminds me, I've got to do another film he's in, actually. He's in Date Movie. Nostalgia Critic, that's the only one he hasn't done yet. I think he's waiting I think he should do that for Valentine's Day.
Phil Hartman, Rob Paulson.
Oh, Rob Paulson. That is the voice of Wacko in Animaniacs.
Who makes another appearance later on, and Corey Burton, who would fittingly provide a lot of voices in various Star Wars projects in the future.
Did I miss something? When did we get to Disneyland?
I know you got Tony Cox, first one in. Is the second one, is that Vern Troyer? Let me have a look. Is that Mini-Me? Vern Troyer. Oh yeah, he only 49. Known for his role as Mini-Me. Oh yeah, Spaceballs. No, it wasn't. So it must have been. That's not Vern Troyer. It must be the other one. It must be Warwick Davis. No, Warwick. No. It's because the one and the second one in behind Bill. No, Bill Pullman's apparently still. Bill Pullman's still alive, by the way. I got that wrong. It looks like it does look like Vernon Troyer.
When Lucas was told, "Oh yeah, we'll do all your ideas. Just sign right there." They're taken to the great and powerful yogurt.
I think we woke it up.
Goodbye, folks. Let me know how it turns out.
Come back here, Dot.
Boy, Wicked 2 does take some liberties on the Oz stories. And Brooks reveals himself in a double role.
Fun fact, by the way, he's on his knees. He's actually walking on his knees, and they've just sellotaped shoes to his knees.
You're hiding me.
Really, it's okay, Mel. You don't need to emphasize your short.
You're the one. Yes, I am the keeper of a greater magic.
The Force?
No, the Schwartz.
Well, somebody's a fan of Exorcist 3.
Yeah.
Go in peace, my child. May the Schwartz be with you.
3. Was that not the Heretic? That's number 2, isn't it? But all I know, the actor who plays the Gemini killer in that. Oh, what a performance! I've seen Critic talk about it years ago, and he was incredible.
He, of course, explains it's not just the Schwartz he specializes in, but also merchandising.
Spaceballs the t-shirt. Spaceballs the coloring book. Spaceballs the lunch.
I like the fact of, for the Spaceballs comic book, they just took a Transformers book and stuck Spaceballs on top of it.
Box.
I think a later scene makes the joke for me.
It's a transformer.
So, hats, or do I call you Mr. Off?
You can just stick with Joe.
This film seems to hold up pretty good. What are your thoughts on some critics saying it's not the best Star Wars parody?
Yeah.
Well, that's a complicated issue.
Really? Do explain, and keep in mind the internet has a sale on pitchforks and torches.
Look, I will always have a fondness for this movie. As a kid who loved both Star Wars and Mel Brooks movies, it really felt like a match made in heaven when I first saw this film.
Yeah.
But when I revisit it as an adult, I can see why critics at the time took issue with it. Watching it today, I'm reminded of a story that Gene Wilder told about Mel Brooks when he first approached him to direct Young Frankenstein. He said that he made Mel promise one thing if he were to direct the movie, that he would stay behind the camera and not appear in it.
That's not true. He was an amazing screaming cat.
Gene told Mel the following: "You have a way of breaking the fourth wall, whether you want to or not. I don't want too much winking at the audience." And I think Gene was onto something there. For instance, most of the humor in Young Frankenstein lands not just because of the dialogue, but rather in how matter-of-fact the cast delivers that dialogue. No one in that movie was really trying to be funny. Rather, they're just all...
Was that Grandpa Joe? From Willy Wonka then? Let me go back.
dialogue, but rather in how matter-of-fact the cast delivers that
I'm pretty sure that was
dialogue.
Grandpa Joe.
No one...
I've probably got this completely wrong. Played by... Jack Overton. Huh! Well, I've just learnt something. No, but the one who played Grandpa Joe was in Fox in the Hand. I've just learnt something new. It's not him. I thought it was Grandpa Joe.
In that movie was really trying to be funny. Rather, they're just all letting the material speak for itself, trusting the writing and their fellow performers. The actors play their parts just as seriously as the actors did in those classic Universal monster movies. And even visually, the movie looks really similar to the James Whale Frankenstein movies. After both critical and box office acclaim, you would think that Mel would have approached his other parody movies in the same way. But in his very next film, Silent Movie, he put himself front and center, and nearly every gag in the movie ends up being exactly what Gene Wilder wished to avoid with Young Frankenstein.
Oh, so Gene Wilder basically said to Mel, stay behind the camera, and then as soon as he finished with that film, on his next film, he just put himself front and fucking center. Is that Mel couldn't stay off the camera?
Having so many jokes be one big wink at the audience. But this is something that Mel then only seemed to double down on with each of his movies. He not only started breaking the fourth wall more and more, but he also gave himself more to do in front of the camera. Seriously, by History of the World Part 1, he
15 commandments! 10 commandments!
He was playing 5 characters. And look, I'm not saying that those roles aren't funny. I mean, Moses dropping the extra 5 commandments is simply one of the best gags ever put to film. 10 commandments!
Oh, it's so fucking funny.
I just wish that Mel had adhered to the Young Frankenstein formula in more of his later work.
Well, he had to keep up as others were taking what he started with Young Frankenstein and evolving it to new...
Right. I said at the start of the video, I think Spaceballs is the second greatest parody film, or maybe second or third. That's number 1. Airplane's number 1.
levels like what the Suckers and Abrams did in Airplane.
Actually, that's a perfect example. Airplane came out a year before History of the World Part 1. Like Young Frankenstein, the humor is played straight. The dialogue, albeit silly...
It's coming right at us! God, I've picked the wrong week to stop smoking. God, I've picked the wrong week to stop drinking. I've picked the wrong week to stop taking amphetamines. God, I've picked up the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Cuts to the end, he's upside down going...
is delivered by the actors with the same conviction as if they were acting...
Yeah, at least they didn't show the scene after that. Does anyone know how to fly the plane? And everyone's on the plane panicking, and then just randomly a woman with her boobs out just walks across the screen with her boobs out. Is that... Okay, and that was a PG!
In a 1960s disaster drama. In my opinion, this is what a parody movie should be. An exaggeration of a pre-existing style. Silent Movie and History of the World Part 1 don't really feel like true parodies, but rather gag movies loosely inspired by the silent comedy and historical epic genres.
Yeah.
And Mel Brooks' style and delivery as a performer can really work in the right context, but it doesn't always belong in a parody movie, as some semblance of a fourth wall needs to be in place in this type of comedy. But by the time we get to Spaceballs, that fourth wall isn't just broken, it's obliterated.
Yeah.
There are so many jokes throughout the movie that reference the fact that we're watching a movie.
Where the real money from the movie is made.
I turned off the wall. Hey, didn't you turn off the whole movie?
Ship is too big. If I walk, the movie will be over.
Again, I'm not saying that this style doesn't lend itself to funny gags throughout the movie, but I don't feel enough of them really parody the look, feel, or tone of Star Wars.
I don't know.
That was a very interesting foresight into that bit. Okay, go on.
How about that? Nobody's gonna understand Pizza the Hut without seeing Star Wars. Or Dark Helmet explaining how they're not related. Hell, he actually references The Force and Star Trek.
What the hell, it works on Star Trek.
Sure, but look at the other characters. I mean, there's no Royal King in Star Wars, or a Doublemint twins, or sound effect making stormtroopers, or a bearded circus lady, or a guy in a bear suit. Sorry, Chewbacca. Even Vinny, with all of his impressive makeup, doesn't really relate to anything we see in the Jabba's palace scene in Return of the Jedi. I mean, he's cool to look at, but every time I see his scene, I'm just left thinking, who's he supposed to be satirizing? Bib Fortuna? Salacious Crumb? Max Headroom? Like, look at how something like Robot Chicken mocks exact scenes with...
Oh, Robot Chicken, the Star Wars special was fucking amazing.
...with exact characters. In doing so, it manages to not only make fun of the material...
I still remember that when the fucking giant worm comes out and it's fucking Meg on Family Guy. How come I'm never in this? Shut up, Meg.
...material, but also us as the audience, and how our love of a particular movie or franchise can be so strong that it causes us to forgive certain elements that would clearly go differently in reality. While Spaceballs is a funny comedy, for a film called the greatest Star Wars parody, it doesn't really directly parody Star Wars that
It's mainly a parody of sci-fi genre in general.
that much, in my opinion.
Because a bit at the end, spoilers, when the alien when it pops through that guy's chest, that's a reference to Aliens. That's another sci-fi. It's more of a comedy. It's more of a sci-fi. It's more mocking sci-fi comedies, I feel, than just Star Wars.
It's kind of like Mel Brooks saw his son's Star Wars action figures and decided to write the movie around that. Meaning some of the parody just feels a little surface level.
I don't know. I see your point, but I think there's something in this movie, flaws and all, that does make it stand out compared to other Star Wars parodies.
Listen, no offense, but I don't know if I want to take lessons in what makes a good film parody from the guy who made Demo Reel.
You're a hurtful abstract entity.
When you have a Pixel 10...
Sorry about these ads, guys. We're only halfway through the video. I'll just advert play. I can't skip it. Right. Muller Corner. Probably the best yogurts you can get in Britain, probably. Actually.
It is I, the god of dreams, the mopey mope that gives you your dreams. I thought if I intercepted your dream...
Come watch me play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth every Friday on Twitch.
I'm going to do it again, guys. Speaking of Twitch, I have a Twitch channel myself. Do check it out. It's in the comments below. Basically, my stream schedule is 3 p.m. till 6 p.m, but me and my wife alternate days. So last week, I streamed Monday, Wednesday. I was supposed to stream Friday, but I wasn't feeling very well. But I streamed Sunday. This week, I've only got one more stream this week, and it will be on Saturday. Saturday, 3 till 6, United Kingdom time. If you want to come pop in, come say hello.
We also got other content during the week, so come check us out. Merchandise from here on out appears all over the movie, as well as some, let's be honest, standard Mel Brooks dad jokes.
Tell them to comb the desert, do you hear me?
Or granddad jokes. Again, they work in some good bits, like Helmet's safari hat and the fact that he talks to Sanders with the bullhorn yet screams to the soldiers, defeating the purpose of it.
We were told to comb the desert, so we're combing it.
Found anything yet?
But I will admit, this is the first Brooks movie where the pacing as jokes can be a little off. It works fine for the most part, but when Tuvok here says his line, the timing does
We have
go
found
on par
shit!
with, well, someone who started comedy over 70 years ago.
What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
Do something!
Like I said before, though,
do something!
A lot of this does work, even if it is childish. Like when Helmet uses the Schwartz to find Yogurt's secret entrance.
Yogurt has the Schwartz. Far too powerful.
But sir, your ring. Don't you have the Schwartz too?
No, he got the upside. I got the downside. See, there's two sides to every Schwartz.
Ah, like Spaceballs is the upside of film parody, and the downside is...
Oh! I liked Disaster Movie when it came out. I was 18 when it came out. I kind of liked it.
Helmet disguises himself as King Roland, and one of the reasons it was smart for Brooks to play this as a legit fairy tale is, aside from this one reaction from Van Patten...
Would I lie?
That is so funny. The scene is mostly played straight, like it's actually supposed to be suspenseful.
Daddy?
Which makes the payoff emphasizing Helmet's immaturity so much funnier.
No, bet!
Fooled you!
Don't bet! Ah! No.
Fooled you! Imagine in Sleeping Beauty after that creepy as hell hypnotizing scene.
Oh! Yeah, actually, Sleeping Beauty. This as a kid, this bit's fucking terrifying.
Maleficent just out of nowhere goes... Fooled you!
Fooled you!
It'd be a laugh riot. Spaceballs takes the princess, so Yogurt gives Lone Star the ring of the Schwartz to help him.
Will we ever see each other again?
God willing, we'll all meet again in Spaceballs 2. The search for more money.
Not only have that better be the title
Imagine if that is actually the name of the title of the fucking sequel coming in 2027.
Go for the next one, but it better be spelled the exact way he said it. Meanwhile, Lord Helmet talks with Vespa. Sort of.
No, please, leave me alone. No, you are mine.
Damn it,
I'm sure
Lewis.
most people are aware that Moranis improvised this scene with the dolls, action figures, which just makes the bit so much better.
Oh, your helmet is so big.
Mel Brooks later admitted that Moranis actually cost the production more money because he was constantly making the crew laugh and ruining takes. Mel said he initially would get angry, but he soon realized he had no room to talk as he would laugh the hardest. And if you're wondering why Spaceballs action figures were never a reality, well, you can thank George Lucas for that.
That's 100% true. Basically, Mel Brooks went to George Lucas and said, "Can we do the film?" But the caveat was he wasn't allowed to sell merchandise for it, and that's 100% true. I think that's what he's going to say in a minute. Everybody knows that.
As one of his stipulations in giving Mel Brooks his blessing to make this movie was that there would not be any Spaceballs toys or merchandise, as he feared they would detract from the sales of Star Wars merchandise. Now, George Lucas gets a lot of undeserved hate, but if there's one thing that he does deserve hate for, it's preventing us from ever getting one of our own talking yogurt dolls.
May the Schwartz be with you. What the hell is that thing?
No parking.
Now, another actor that Mel trusted to improvise was John Candy, who was always looking for ways to add something new to his scenes.
Yeah, well, normally that's gonna leave a mark.
An ad-lib by Candy that Mel loved so much he decided to keep in the movie. That occurred simply because John Candy had actually forgotten to unbuckle his seatbelt during the scene. It's a shame that there were these two great improvisers in the movie, and they didn't get any scenes together.
Oh, it would have been magic. Candy and Moranis. It would have been fucking magic.
I'm honestly not even sure if they...
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
They saw each other on set. I wish that after Candy had been cast, that Mel had figured out a way to add at least one small interaction between Barf and Helmet, as they just played off each other so well. Something you can see in their brief scenes together in movies like Brewster's Millions and Little Shop of Horrors.
Helmet, you fiend!
Helmet threatens King Roland that if he doesn't give him the combination to the planet's air shield, he'll give Vespa back her old nose.
Where did you get that?
And I'm only noticing now they have put down her legal first name as Princess.
So the combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the stupidest combination I ever heard in my life.
I can't tell you how many people have confessed when they were younger they used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a combination after seeing this movie.
Yeah, and it's literally one of the most common passwords, because I've actually now started my course in cybersecurity, and then they actually, the bit I'm up to, and there was a news article where we had to read it, and the news article said that 1 in 3 people still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as a password. 1 in 3 computers. Yeah, and that's why there's so many hacks.
It's so obvious, nobody would think of it. Yeah, Archer put it best.
Jesus Christ, that is just Babytown frolics.
Rockstar Energy. Grammarly.
Lone Star and Bar sneak in to save Vespa, but are surprised at her singing talents.
Nobody knows
the trouble I see. Why is she singing like this? I don't know why. It sounds like she sounds a bit derpy.
She's a bass.
One blog indicated this was satirizing Star Wars with a literal secret base. I'm pretty sure that wasn't intentional, but it is funny to think. They do have the Wilhelm scream, though. That is the first time I heard that yell thinking if I was shot there.
Hey, what? No, watch.
No, but it is funny to think. They do have the Wilhelm scream, though.
People think he doesn't get shot up the ass. Watch. He gets shot just above his lower back, but then the sparks go off where his ass is.
That is the first time I heard that yell thinking if I was shot there. I make that sound too.
Spectacular stunt, my friends.
They trick the villains by making them chase their stunt doubles.
These are not them. You've captured their stunt doubles!
Speaking of voice actors earlier, I guess Marvin the Martian is in this.
Was that really Marvin the Martian? Really?
I mean, they did already have his wardrobe. And our heroes try to escape as Vespa kicks some ass after her hair gets ruined.
Not bad.
Not bad for a girl.
Hey, that was pretty good for Rambo.
Don't tempt them. You know that's the next gender flip reboot.
What, Ramba? Instead of Ramba.
Spaceballs gets ready to alter the ship to suck out the planet's atmosphere.
Suck!
Preparing ship for metamorphosis, sir.
Good. Get on with it.
Ready, Kafka?
Mel actually admitted that he's ashamed of that joke, claiming, "The intellectuals hate me, and everyone else didn't know what I was talking about." Basically the complete opposite of a Happy Madison movie.
Oh. Happy Madison has had one or two good films though, like Longest Yard. I fucking love Longest Yard. Critic's gotta review that at some point.
Ship changing.
It's not just a spaceship. It's a transformer.
I wish those were the Michael Bay movies we got, though. I don't know. What would the designs look like? It transforms into a giant maid, which, man, for such a silly joke, they really put a lot of hard work into these effects.
Yeah.
And they start to suck out all the air.
Suck.
See, even the dialogue is like a Michael Bay Transformers movie. Lone Star uses the Schwartz, though, to send it in reverse.
She's gone from suck to blow.
I could watch that reaction on Moran's face for a lifetime. Lone Star breaks in to destroy the ship, but Helmet is there to stop him.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
Sounds like a twist modern Star Wars would have.
And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
I reckon what they did is they changed the colours so they don't get done, because it's normally red. Was it red for evil and then blue for good? So they changed the colours. So because if Moranis' was red, Horman's was blue, I reckon Thingy would have said something. Lucas, because they changed into those colours, I think they got away with it.
However, did this not get good reviews? They have a pretty fun fight sequence doing just about everything you can with the idea of lightsabers. Except holding it backwards, we did that one. But Helmet manages to get the...
Was that the Critic versus AVGN fight from 2008? I fucking remember that. That was basically maybe about a year before when I started getting into Duck, so I'm talking about 2007-ish.
Now you see that evil will always triumph, because good is dumb.
Have I mentioned yet how insanely quotable this movie is?
Yeah.
Joker telepathically tells him it was never the feather Dumbo.
Use the Schwartz.
I can't. I lost the ring.
The Schwartz is in you, Lone Star.
Which I'm only now, years later, realizing how hilarious that sounds. And he uses it to defeat Helmet and destroy the ship.
Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pod!
I brought up music is usually a big thing in Brooks films, and I honestly think the song Spaceballs is kind of underrated.
Yes.
What you got is what we need, and all we do is dirty deeds. We're the Spaceballs!
It's 80s as hell, but that's what's fun about it. And it's legit catchy.
Hey, that's my escape pod! Who are you?
I'm the bearded lady. But are you one of the freaks?
Also, I know it's a real woman who played the bearded lady, but I can't find out anywhere who dubbed her voice.
That's... Oh god, I know this. Because she's a wrestler. Oh, fucking, what's I know her ring name as well. I'm probably going to know it, because I know a few people from WOW, Women of Wrestling, and I'm pretty sure I know her. Yeah, I've heard of her. Matilda the Hun. And yeah, she's passed away. Died in 2022. Yeah, Matilda the Hun, her name was. Yeah, she was in... I know a few wrestlers from that promotion, like... There was African Red. I know Hollywood. She's probably the most famous one. She appears in the film... game, Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. So, yeah, there's my little bit of my wrestling knowledge there.
I could be crazy, but I think that's Penn Jillette. You know, like when he was doing voiceover for Comedy Central.
I'm the bearded lady. What are you, one of the freaks?
Coming up next at 12:30, catch one of your favorite episodes of Saturday Night Live.
If anyone's got info on that, leave it in the comments.
This is your last chance to push the cancellation button.
They dropped their 180s PGF bomb.
Out of order! Fuck! Even in the future, nothing works!
Also gets more relatable over the years.
Yeah.
And the ship blows up. As they return Vespa home, they find out on the news that Pizza the Hut ate himself to death so they can keep the reward money.
Coming up, Pongo's review of Rocky 5,000.
Boy, this and the sequel to Airplane are bizarrely two sci-fi futuristic 80s parodies that bizarrely predicted that franchise.
Yeah.
Come install the new Google Pixel 10 for me.
Look at these bloody adverts. If I had the money, I would have got a Pixel 10, but I end up downgrading. I've got one of those Honor phones. It's just a cheap one, cheaper. When my phone upgraded, I lost my job. I was forced out of my job, so I couldn't afford to have a big phone. Oh, told you stop.
Lone Star decides not to take the money though and leaves Vespa to marry her prince, thinking he doesn't belong in that world. They later drop by a space diner. Yeah, I like this world bizarrely feels like you can live in it despite it being a parody. Oh, and did I mention ILM did the effects?
Oh,
the
God.
patrons isn't feeling too good.
Oh, no. Not again.
I probably should stop surrounding myself with such familiar company.
Wait, was it the same people? Same actors except for Sigourney?
In terms of story, this is a scene you could cut and honestly miss nothing, but then again, can you really call this nothing?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my right-time gal.
Again, for as hugely silly as this
Baby,
movie
my
is,
heart's
the
on fire.
genuine, subtle, believable reactions from the actors makes these moments instantly funny.
Check, please.
Yoga reveals to Lone Star that his medallion is actually a royal birth certificate and he's actually a prince. His parents and kingdom being... which means he can go marry the princess.
Princess Vespa and Princess Valium.
Oh, God. I've seen him. It's going to bug me because I've seen him in something else. Oh, I've definitely... Let me just double... I'm sorry for Googling again, guys. I'm Wikipediaing again. What have I seen? He was in Men in Tights.
I'm sorry, it's the hair.
That's another one of Mel's writers, Ronnie Graham, who actually worked on the script for this movie, and he would later appear in another Mel Brooks movie. I forget the name.
Who the hell are you?
Prince Lone Star.
When Lone Star interrupts saying he's a prince, they of course hook up and live happily ever after. And I do mean everybody, even Chewie got his medal this time.
May the swords be with you.
And that was Spaceballs. Sure, not every joke works, and the timing can be a little off here and there, but I still really enjoy it.
Me too, even if I do have trouble calling it the best Star Wars parody.
Ah, geez, this again?
Again, don't get me wrong. There's still a ton of stuff that I love about this movie.
Yeah, for me, I don't see it as a Star Wars parody. It's more of a sci-fi comedy parody.
There's so many great little moments throughout it. Like when Yogurt takes a shot at the over-commercialization of Star Wars, or when Helmet gets embarrassed when his crash is played back on the TV, and virtually everything John Candy does in this movie. And even the supporting characters are great, like Colonel Sanders, someone most people would write off as a forgettable side character, who really enhances a lot of the scenes that he's in. When it comes to direct parody, though, I find it ironic that the Zucker brothers and Jim Abrams were inspired by Mel Brooks when making Airplane, and afterwards, Brooks was clearly inspired by those guys to make movies like Spaceballs. In my opinion, though, Zaz, as they're called, had a much better handle on what makes an effective parody.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I said to start the video, Hot Shots is up there as well. Hot Shots and Airplane.
They knew the closer that they stuck to their inspiration, the funnier the movie would be. Even if they did basically
Does anybody know how to fly a plane?
copy a pre-existing screenplay verbatim and just added in jokes for Airplane. Seriously, their
I gotta get out of here. I gotta get. Look, will you get a hold of yourself? Oh, fucking love that film.
script was such a direct copy of an earlier movie called 0 Hour that they had to acquire the rights to that movie to avoid being sued. But in Airplane, the timing and the structure of the jokes, even the placement of the sight gags in the backgrounds and foregrounds, just makes for more laughs.
I mean...
Yeah, sorry. I fucking love Airplane. For me, when it comes to comedy films, Airplane is the best. Bar none. Because Airplane is either Hot Shots or Spaceballs 1 and 2 and 3.
I can't totally disagree.
I mean, the characters in Spaceballs are great on their own.
We haven't found shit. I fucking love that line.
But I don't think they really effectively parody Star Wars characters.
Well, maybe you just stated the reason it could be seen that way.
Oh boy, here we go. Cue Nostalgia Critic's speech where you summarize everything bad about the movie, but still manage to tie it up in a nice bow.
And sappy music. With the characters, you mentioned how lovable they are on their own, whether they're in a parody film or not. And that's because they can exist outside the world of parody. Topper Harley can't exist outside the genre being satirized because he's an archetype, and that's fine. But these characters can. You can put them in any situation and have an idea of how they're going to react because they are more fleshed out. The same way comedic actors play their parts believably in a classic horror genre like Young Frankenstein to get laughs, the same way these actors play their parts seriously in a sci-fi fairy tale genre to get laughs. Part of that could be because Brooks is taking from the same source material Star Wars took from, myths and fairy tales, which have stood the test of time for several centuries. And because they both understood and conveyed these tropes so well, they both give us characters that seem more alive and timeless. So yes, it may not be the best direct parody, but it seems to evolve beyond that, giving us characters we could see ourselves having a conversation with, or predict how they would react in any situation. It's like saying Princess Bride is the best satire of fairy tales. Is it a direct lampooning of certain tropes and stories? Not really, but it creates a world and characters that evolve from
Never seen Princess Bride. I have only heard of it because Andre the Giant's in it.
satire. I guess in some way this is sort of a Princess Bride in space, just with a lot of dick jokes and fourth wall humor. And you could argue films like this did give...
Yes! That film... If you want to do comedy films, not parody films, my top 5 favourite comedy films, that's in top 3. Hot Fuzz is fucking amazing.
Birth to similar...
Austin Powers is up there as well.
Parodies with characters...
Never seen Tropic Thunder.
...that could exist...
Never seen Galaxy Quest.
...outside that world.
Shrek's alright.
In space.
Oh shit.
There's probably too many dick jokes and fourth wall humor and satire that isn't as biting or focused. It still creates a world and characters that, like Star Wars, we're always going to remember.
I see your point. I guess for my money, I just prefer something like Young Frankenstein, where the parody is more direct.
Well then, we must battle it out to see whose opinion is right!
No, I'm good.
Well, you don't know how these
Sorry guys. Sorry.
crossovers work, do you?
Guess not.
Well, regardless, thank you for all the info and insight. You brought up some really good points.
No problem. I guess I'll go do some Schwartz Ghost stuff or whatever I was supposed to be again.
I'm a nostalgia critic, still trying to figure out how to make Spaceballs Day a thing. May the 14th? No. May the 20 Schwartz. No.
May the
Schwartz be with you.
CFDE. Still doing the same character, isn't it? So, what I think this film's. Like I said, I think for me, top 3 greatest parody films of the time. I do think Airplane is better though. Airplane is fucking hilarious. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What is your favourite film? What's your favourite Spaceballs film? Parody film. What's your favourite sci-fi comedy? Mine will always, if I'm doing sci-fi comedies as a genre, Red Dwarf is #1, bar none. Nothing can touch Red Dwarf when it comes to comedy. So, anyway guys, that'll be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, I'll be back on Saturday with this week's Nostalgia Critic review. His brand new, his newest one. Like I said, as me recording this, I don't know what it is yet. So we're going to be doing them on a Saturday, and then I'll be back with a random video on Tuesday. So, until then, guys, have a good one. Look after yourself. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Check my Twitch, like I said. Also, check my wife's channel as well. Hers is in the description as well. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Love you all. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.